So I wanted to create a quick record of where we are in the Page and Turnbull Moffat data issue. Back in November, Caitlin sent me a work folder that I have right here. So here's her work folder, and in it she's got her drawing, and some of these others are, my troubleshooting efforts. But this is her drawing and her in folder and her out folder, and the primary issue seemed to be that a lot of the photos in the in folder were not getting resolved in the drawing. And so in an effort to try to figure out why that was, what I did is I compared the list of resolved photos here. So this is the in folder name and the out folder name and the timestamp windows to the export of all of the data. And I tried to find the first photo that apparently didn't get resolved and just chase down why that didn't get resolved. So this seems to be one of the very early notes on November 13th, 2014. It was taken about 8:49 in the morning, and you can see it's a concrete ball missing with steel, and it did not get a resolved photo. And so I went back and found this first unresolved photo is between these two, and it's 785. So if we go to the in folder, just to show you how I decided this was the one I wanted to work on, it is clearly a concrete ball that's missing and has steel. Okay, and this photo was taken at 8:49. So I look further into this record of this note that did not get its photo resolved, and I parse out the starting and stopping times of the time window, and you can see it's 1 second long. So we have a 1 second time window. So to me, it's not surprising that a 1 second time window isn't enough to capture the exact photo timestamp. I'm not aware that it's even possible. So if we go back and I drag in that concrete ball note, we know it's missing plus steel, so I drop it. There we go, missing steel, okay. Take a picture, put in something for square inches, say okay. So that was as fast as I could do it, and the timestamp window is 34 seconds to 40 seconds, 6 seconds long, and that was without me having to pause and take a photo. So a 1 second time window is not something that I can't understand at this point how that happened. Furthermore, let's check, and yes, she did put in apparently an amount. So she put in that it was probably 300 square inches. So something's going on here, and it's not immediately apparent to me what is going on, because that 1 second time window again isn't something that I can understand. So how I would like to solve the problem of fixing this data is to artificially expand these windows, just to look at the trends in general. This is resolved photos that did resolve with records. So if we look at, and I created two different columns over here. So on the left is the time window length for photos that did resolve correctly, and you can see they're reasonable, more than 20 seconds typically. And then the timestamp window for those that didn't resolve are very, very short, in many cases single digits. So it seems clear to me that that's the issue. Again, I can't understand why the time windows are so short, how that could be. So that's one issue. But as far as fixing this data, I would like to artificially expand these windows in hopes that we capture the appropriate photos. It would have to be a sort of stepwise measured response, but I think that's a way to deal with this now. And then we can move on to how these artificially short windows were created in the first place. So That's what I would like to see done. If there's additional issues, it would be great if they could be written about in detail. This is the one issue that I know about and would be very easy to solve programmatically.